Hi everyone, welcome to the 50th FESIG meeting. Today is the 7th of March in the US, but the 8th of March in the Far East. It depends on where you are, really. So here we are. We have the attendees of this 50th FESIG meeting, and thank you very much for choosing to be with us today. And it's a lovely group here assembled here for the 50th FESIG meeting, because we have here um, some of Asia's best inventors. I will introduce him in a moment. So bear with me while I share screen. As I hit share screen now, I will introduce FESIG very quickly. So welcome again to the 50th meeting. Today we have co-chair for the first speaker is Dr. Fresh Fresel, and the co-chair for the second speaker for Anthony is James Rink. Eliza is taking a rest for this meeting because it's about 1:30 a.m. in where she is in Europe. So you know about FESIG. FESIG is a platform where science meets spirituality. And as I have been introducing all along for each and every meeting for the YouTube recording, you can go into that and listen to it as I had been more detailed in describing FESIG. But you can go into our website. If you were to Google FESIG Free Energy Special Interest Group, you will find us. So today, actually, we had a very, what you call, casual meeting prior to this, about half an hour before. And we had our new meeting member, Richard, introducing himself. That was good. And then I don't have to do it here now because we are running out of time. So our first speaker is Robest Yong, Han An, Malaysia's Innovation Ambassador of the Prime Minister's Department, who had chalked up numerous national and international awards of different fields. Now, if you can't hear me, would you unmute yourself and tell me, because my microphone is not perfect? And then the second speaker is Anthony Zender, who is an awakening super soldier at the Secret Space Program. And Secret Space Program Asset MyLab abductee, bringing disclosure with the co-chair as James Rink. And when we finish, we will then adjourn to the next meeting. That will be the 51st FESIG meeting on the 4th of April, 2018. Reverting back to the usual 7:30 p.m. GMT. Okay. So I'm Crystal Go, and here we have with us the regulars, our FESIG Executive Council members. Part of it, yeah. Not everybody's here, but here we are. And if you go to truevisionofpeace.com/FESIG, FESIG.html, you will get directly into what we are doing. And thank you. Right, so I stop share now. I would like to introduce Robest. Okay, just give me a moment. Right, so the first speaker is Robest Yong Han An, and he is actually the Malaysian Innovation Ambassador of the Prime Minister's Department of Malaysia. He had chalked up numerous national and international awards of different fields and technologies. In 1994, he was Malaysian Inventor of the Year, and he was the recipient of the Guinness Effort Award. He, from 1994 to year 2000, he was the medal winner at the International Inventions Competition of Geneva. 1995, he was the first prize winner at the Malaysian Invention Exhibition, MINDEX. 1997, National Youth of the Year. 1997, entry into the Malaysian Book of Records. The following year, 1998, gold medal winner at the London International Invention Fair. Year 2000, Outstanding Young Malaysian Award. 2006, medal winner at the Malaysian Technology Exhibition. 2014, MSc Asia Pacific ICT Alliance Award. 2016 National Innovation Award for the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovations of Malaysia. 2017 runner-up for the Swiss Innovation Challenge 2017. His invaluable experience and knowledge had also seen him serve as a judge in almost all the major innovation competitions, such as ITEX and so on and so forth. Robest Yong was also a member of the transformation program whose valuable ideas were taken to draft the roadmap towards the national vision of a developed country by 2020. He was also part of the consultancy team to draft the National Innovation Strategy for UNIK. He actually announced in the website that actually he had trained his wife, Madam Teng Yumin, to be inventive and innovative in her creativity, and she had come up with an invention to help the Aborigines of Malaysia to have clean water to drink, and that was really fascinating. Perhaps we will have Robest and his wife to come back and talk about that in the future FESIG meeting. But for now, without much ado, I would like to call upon Robest to take up the microphone. So we want to see what he's going to share today. Robest, can I have you up here? Oh, okay. Robest has to be unmuted. Okay, I'm sorry. You know how to unmute himself. Yeah, there you go. Robest?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, right? Can
yes,
you clear?
we can hear you now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm the culprit for the delay. Right. I'm Robert. I'm from Malaysia. Right. I've been an inventor for such a long time. I don't know since when, 1994. Right. So one of my earliest invention was to enable people to make rubber stamps. You should know what's rubber stamps, right? These are all rubber stamps where you used to stamp something, right? Right. So you see, those days to make rubber stamps, it takes a long time for them to actually make a stamps, right? Because the way they do it, they have to compose letter bits, right? Then they make a plaster mold, burn the rubber inside the mold, and make each stamp, right? It takes a long time, maybe a week before I can actually get the order. So my invention is actually to enable these people, or the bookstores, or the century shop, to make rubber stamps in 5 minutes, right? So, and the quality of stamps you make, you can even make the face, right? These are all stamped on the paper. We can make a stamps in 5 minutes, or can make 10 stamps in 5 minutes, right? Anything you printed from a computer, you can process into a rubber stamps, right? Actually, this machine, we actually sold most of all over the world, even America, we sold to the Office Depot, even Russia, everywhere. So it's a very small machine, as big as a laptop, but it actually revolutionized the whole industry of rubber stamps, right? This was my first invention, right? And a few years ago, I've enabled a blind man. Can you imagine a blind man using a handphone? Yes, maybe they have to use the old Nokia phone where they can feel, right? As you know, that number 5, the button have a bubble. They can actually feel the number 5, and next to number 5, number 4, number 3, they estimate, they just guess, but they are able, to use a phone. But now the question is, can they send a text? Can they send text with a handphone? Right? Of course they can, but very slow. But the ultimate question is that, can a blind man use a smartphone, a touchscreen phone? Right? That's a question. So my innovation is to enable them, a blind person, they can use any smartphone, even your ordinary smartphone. They can use it to send text as fast as you. Right? So, of course, everybody asks you, how they do it. Okay, the first thing we did is that we developed an apps. Everyone knows an apps, right? So instead of the ordinary dialer, which got A, B, C, D up to Z, there's too many of them. And, they will tend to make mistakes, right? So my innovation is that we enable them to use Braille. We develop apps using the dialer in Braille. As you know, the Braille, there are only 6 buttons. The 6 buttons in the Braille. With the 6 buttons, they can construct all the ABC, right? But the question is, how would they know where are the buttons? Right? Example, right? So this is the apps, right? You can see the apps, right? So the dialer, everything's there.
Welcome to Vision Touch.
They must know Braille. Of course, most of the blind men, they know Braille, right? They have been taught in school, but using handphone. So if you know Braille, if you type H E
L 9.
Sorry.
9 deleted. Oh, you are about to SMS hello. Please key in receiver
Right.
phone number now.
So they can touch. They can type. But the question is that they are blind. They cannot see and they cannot feel. How would they know where the buttons? That's the question, right? So instead of making things difficult and expensive, right? So our innovation, my innovation is that it's a 20-cent solution. Right? It doesn't cost anything. So how they do it?
Welcome to Vision Touch.
All they have to do,
Welcome to Vision Touch.
all they need
Welcome to Vision Touch.
is a sticker, right? With that
Welcome to
sticker,
Vision Touch.
which got a hose, punch, or emboss, they still need to stick on the screen itself. They can actually feel the thing, right? So in no time, they can know where the button. They can, like say, you close your eye and they can type. All they need is just this,
Welcome to Vision
right?
Touch.
So this innovation is not a profiting business, right? So we already given this the whole system, the whole software to the Blind Association in Malaysia, right? So all they have to do is download the software and get their friends,
Welcome to Vision Touch.
to get one of these screen protector. Because we can't give them this thing. Because different phone,
Welcome to Vision
they are different size, right? So somebody have to do himself, right? So they get a friend to buy one of these plastic or anything. They just stick onto the front. It works, right? So meaning that once the blind man can use, you can play with the phone. There are many things people can do for them. Now people can build apps, let them play or how to spell table. They can just practice, right? So and we are building a next system. I'm sure you have heard of the blind men. In America, they use a dog to guide them, right? A blind man dog. But to maintain the dog, to train dog is expensive, right? So with this, a phone. So what we do? Imagine you have a friend who's blind, right? So today you walk. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, right? Okay. So if you have a friend who's blind, you walk with him. As you walk, you talk to him. You tell him about surrounding. Oh, there's a bus stop here. We are now in where, you talk about your surrounding or where you stand. All your voice will be recorded to the GPS where you stood when you spoke, right? So the next day, he walked himself. Should he get lost, he can play your voice back to him. It's like a race, a blind man with a race. So imagine that we are trying to build a platform. You can do it in America, you can do it in Canada, it doesn't matter. Everybody share the information. It's like a race, it's a community for them, right? So they will have to help themselves, right? Each of their friends will help them. They will record the thing, they upload it up, download it down, the guy can go anywhere. Imagine just a 20-cent solution. It doesn't cost anything. Right? Many years ago, people try to help the blind. One guy even won a Rolex competition award. His proposal is that, he want to invent a phone where the screen is thermosensitive. As you touch, the thing float up, and you can feel the thing. I think this is too expensive. Once a thing is too expensive, it will end up nowhere. It will stay in the lab, right? So innovation must be simple and cheap. This is, how the thing works, right? So this is one of my invention, which is we are really helping, most of the blind men can actually, because it's not a joke, right? So how I said, I'm not blind. I don't have a friend who's blind. So, but I happen to have a friend of a friend who's blind. So one day I saw him playing with his phone, the old Nokia, with old faithful Nokia. So I was joking to him, you're using such an old phone. If the phone died on you, you're going to be without phone anymore. Because nobody makes the analog dialing phone anymore. He said, yeah, but what can he do? Right? So with that, I got this idea. So how to, to help them with such a simple innovation. This is simple innovation, right? Simple innovation, which I do a lot of coaching for innovation, right? Imagine, I show you a joke, my time's up, right? Even a simple rubber band. Rubber band, we use rubber band for years and years. Rubber band is a rubber band and nobody actually improved from the rubber band. That nothing much can do a rubber band, right? So what is a rubber band? What is the rubber band usage for? Tie something, right? Right? Rubber band is for you to tie something. Maybe you tie a plastic, In Malaysia, they like to take away in plastic bag, they tie it. So the problem is that when they go back, the biggest problem is to untie. Get it? Right? To untie rubber band, difficult. They have to, difficulty, or need to cut, or need to bite, whatever they do. Right? So I tie the rubber band to this pencil. No magic. Look at me. I've untied rubber band. Split second. Right? How do you do that? It's so simple. You know why? The design of the rubber band. The rubber band have a loop. You can see here. Yeah, you're laughing. Okay, right? So you see, when you tie the thing, right? It doesn't matter how you tie. That's a saw thumb that stick up. Right? Very simple. This is what innovation is about, right? So I do a lot of coaching for young innovation and everything. So, so to me, it's like I need to inspire before I expire, right? So this is how simple, which I like to promote, right? To maybe the next generation, things like that. It's something like, I do not like to, it's not that I cannot do complicated innovation, right? But complicated innovation, you need a lot of money and it's difficult to sell. Right? You see, even this rubber band, even to produce this rubber band is easy. You must first understand how to make rubber band. To make rubber band, the manufacturer, all they have to do is take a shaft, dip inside the latex, take it out, and you have a sleeve, like a tube, right? So they will cut it. If you watch YouTube, you can see how they cut pieces, small pieces, right? From there. So to make a rubber band with this little big knob, all they have to do is to cut a drain into the shaft, right? They cut the drain into the shaft. So when you dip the shaft into the latex, that latex will go inside the drain, right? So when they cut into pieces, they will have this little thing, right? A little saw thumb. So you just pull it. It's simple, right? It's simple, right? So I say innovation is simple, right? And then the next thing, which maybe you have it's my wife idea, right? How you can actually filter water, right? As you know, the filter water, if sometimes you go camping, these days, the river in the jungle is not as clean as before, right? With logging, with the mining and thing. So especially we in Malaysia, we got still a lot of this sort of like Aborigines. They're not actually, we call them Aborigines, right? The people who live in the rural area, they are still without tap water. No government tap water to them. So what they do is they get the water from the river, and they have a tap at home. You just pipe the pipe to the home. They got a tap. When they open the tap, the water. The problem is that the truth is that when it rains, the water get dirty. The water it goes in the house. The taps get dirty, right? And that is nothing much they can do about it. The best they can do is that maybe they take a container or the bottle, they let the thing to settle, right? The dirt to settle. They take the one in the top, but which are clearer. They use your shirt or t-shirt to shift it, right? To filter the thing. They are still doing that, right?
Robest, perhaps you'd like to share the video link.
Okay, sure. Okay. Right, I'll share the video to see how the thing works. It's a very, very simple innovation.
Click on share screen, the green icon.
Oh, okay. But I have to...
If I may add,
yes.
Thank you for Robert for inspiring me to there's an app that you invented. Maybe we could do circuit boards. We could do stands with circuitry and paint. Sorry for the sound. I don't know why.
Stefan, excuse me, Stefan. Robest hadn't finished his presentation.
Yeah, hold on,
I will invite the question and answer later.
Yeah, I think he get excited. Hold on, So I just run the video, right?
Yes, please. Click share screen and then run. Robert, you have to click at the bottom of the screen, click share screen, the green icon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we can't see the video unless you click share screen.
Okay, just 1 minute. Share screen.
Yeah, at the bottom of the window as what we had rehearsed earlier.
Okay.
That's it, coming up.
Okay, you're right. So this is actually my wife's idea. She actually went on the, on the volunteer. You watch it. It speaks in Malay, but you can watch it, right? So my wife's idea that she found the problem that I help her, but I help her to, the technical thing to make up the thing. She will speak in English later, no problem. That's my wife, my son. When she was small. Now my son is now 17 years old.
Almost like take care of my son only and take care of
So it shows that the program is about an ordinary housewife. If they are given opportunity and training, they also can become innovators, right?
in their events. Most of the time I'm doing all this, but deep down I really hope that I can achieve something. I have a so-called ambition to achieve something in life that I can reach out to the marginalized communities, so to help them in certain ways.
These are the people who live in the rural area. These people get the water from the river, from the wells, from the stream.
One day, actually, when I was helping out as a volunteer in a village, Orang Asing village, so I noticed that their water is very yellowish and murky. And then they actually tell me that these are their drinking water. So how did they filter their water? They actually just use the plastic container, like those Pepsi bottle or Coke bottle, to collect all the waters and then let the water settle and pick the cleaner part to filter with the cloth. So I look at their ways of life. I feel that this is not very unhygienic and very dirty, the water for their drinking and use for cooking.
My wife draws very well. She's an artist.
Perlu mengambil kira tidak memerlukan sokongan tenaga elektrik, tiada sistem saliran paip dan
See, this innovation, it enabled them to filter the water without water pressure, right? Because these people live in a jungle, they do not have tap water pressure and they do not have electricity. You must take into account for that, right? So they must able to use it without electricity and no tap water pressure.
I had this in mind. I was like looking at their problem. So one day, as I was ironing the clothes, I was using a spray bottle to wet the clothes. Then suddenly I have an idea. Oh, why not I use the manual, the spray bottle can create the manual power, the manual pressure to push the dirty water through the filter, especially the ceramic filter. So I was thinking, is this the way to help the orang asli, to help them to get the clean water?
Orang asli means people live in the jungle.
Water, they have no electricity and no tap water pressure. So maybe this is a way that I can reach out to them. So this gave me the ideas of coming with a product, Peluang menyertai Yayasan Inovasi Malaysia menerusi program pencarian akar umbi atau singkatannya.
I think we skip one of this.
Yeah, it's all right. We should because
I just
we
want
can
to
get Yumin to come and speak in FESIG.
promote my idea.
Innovation atau pengembangan pabrik adalah satu mod dan
Some of it.
yang menjalankan suatu
Right. So basically, what we create pressure by using just a hand palm, a bicycle palm, anything.
dan yang ketiga itu memang beri komitmen semuanya dan bila dipanggil untuk dibuat bila dipanggil untuk program
He's speaking Malay, so I don't understand.
After I joined the competition, I actually was selected as the finalist. So I continue my chance, to go through the finalists, the 6 finalists, and I got the grant for 30,000. So I was very happy because this is an opportunity for me to come up with a product. So I used my prototype to enter the entry, of the markets. So they also helped me, markets helped me to come up with the better prototypes, to 3D printing, and then they helped me in certain ways of entering the Orang Asli village to do the survey with them and all the words, the studies in the product and how to upgrade my product.
This is the whole system, right? You need a ceramic, you need a PET bottle, a Coca-Cola bottle, Pepsi bottle, right? Where they to contain the water.
Produk inovasinya tampak ringkas, namun ia mampu memberikan impak yang sangat besar kepada penggunanya. Ia merupakan sistem injak yang membolehkan proses
Right.
penulisan.
So they just saw the water.
Setiap satu tutup air atau water cap yang dihasilkan
Right. The innovation is just a cap, right? It's not the filter, it's not the bottle, it's not the pump, it's a cap, the green cap, right? Just connect it. So you connect the other part to the filter. You can use any generic filter, right? So basically, you just pump a few times. You create the pressure inside the bottle to force the water out. Clean water.
Air bersih yang disungai ini boleh dimanfaatkan untuk kegunaan aktiviti harian, namun untuk minum, ia perlu dimasak terlebih.
So we actually have now deploy them to the refugee camp in Bangladesh, in Syria, in Yemen, in Cambodia. Right? This is a very cheap and simple method of get the work done.
How to get the funds to make a mold. So thanks to Yayasan Inovasi Malaysia in Marcus, under the Marcus program, I managed to get the funds, the grant from them, and we come up with a plan.
Kini Yumi perlu berbangga dengan rekaan inovasinya kerana ia telah mendapat pengiktirafan daripada pelbagai pihak. Ia termasuklah penghargaan daripada Menteri Sains, Teknologi dan Inovasi iaitu Datuk Seri Wilfred Matheus Karnal yang terus menggalakkan pembudayaan
Thank you so much for sharing this video.
Bahkan menerusi Majlis Perundingan Pertubuhan Islam Malaysia atau MAFIL hasil membutuhkan di Bangladesh bagi membantu pelarian.
This video is taken in Bangladesh, the Rohingyas refugee.
Bukan itu saja, produk inovasi bumi telah diangkat sebagai pemenang pada
So we are doing sort of a social enterprise. It's not for money, but we just maintain
My
the
plan is to improve my product. So I want to have a smaller filter that which can put inside the bottle. So it's easy to maintain and easy to carry around.
Menjadi seorang mereka inovasi tidak semestinya memerlukan ide yang besar. Namun menerusi ide yang dilihat kecil pada mulanya, ia mestilah mampu memberikan manfaat kepada masyarakat. Ia perlu kreatif dan mempunyai solusi bagi setiap permasalahan. Walaupun begitu, mereka inovasi perlu dihargai atas kreativiti dan inovasi mereka. Maka perwujudan Yayasan Inovasi Malaysia di bawah Kementerian Sains, Teknologi dan Inovasi
Okay, I think that should be.
ini dilihat berperanan sebagai membangun serta mempromosi IKEA dan inovasi karya Malaysia.
Most inventor is go.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
Press of people. So it just particular time try to press me with the sophisticated innovation. I think don't want to take a simple innovation which solve problem.
I suggest that you have to be innovative and
I think we stop that. All right. I think it should be okay. Okay. So basically, this is the innovation. I can see myself. Right. The innovation is just a little thing. Right. So what they have to do is just take a bottle or something. Right. You can just take the bottle, a Coke bottle. I think you just need to. Right. Put inside. So you fill the water with dirty water. You just connect it to the pump and to the filter. Right. So one of these we are selling maybe about $3 US dollars, maybe less than that. Right. So imagine that it can actually produce 3 liters of water in 1 minute. So there should be enough for family. Right. So this whole thing that like people like when it's flood victims, refugee camps, campers, soldiers, there is something very practical to them, something cheap and practical. All right? Okay. I think my time is up.
Oh, thank you, Robert. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Right.
Your mic is very bad, Crystal. I'll take over for just a second here then for you. Thank you very much, Robest.
Thank you.
Your inventions are really nice because they are not expensive. They have a wide range of application and a definite need. I really appreciate it. It's been delightful listening to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Fred. Over to you, Fred, because my microphone's not.
Your mic's really bad, Crystal. Basically, I'm basically going to compliment, and then I'm going to turn it over to the rest of the panel here and step out because I'm just floored with what you've done on a very simple method. And do we have any questions from the panel?
Fred, I think Stefan
Yes.
Bro has some comments and questions because I stopped him when he was interrupting Robert earlier on. So it's his turn
You
now.
bet. Stefan. Yeah, Stefan, please.
Crystal, could you mute
Yeah, Crystal, your mic's really bad.
I don't know if mic's causing this disruptions in the sound.
There's a lot of noise in the background, Stefan. If you could just speak close to the microphone on a headset, we can hear you clearer.
Even when I'm on mute, so it's not me.
There's a lot of noise in the background. It's like you're in a spaceship. Okay, unmute. Yeah. Okay, where is that coming from?
The sound's not coming from me.
Okay. I will mute Robest first and then unmute. Okay, go on then, Stefan.
Thank you. You need to mute everybody because we don't know who's causing the disruptance. It's not from my side.
The speaker.
Now it's okay. Thank you. Mute yourself, Crystal. You're causing Thank you, Crystal. Your microphone is really causing the problem. Please stay muted for just 2 minutes. Robert, I'd like to thank you very much for your innovation. You're very, very good at what you do, and the world needs all your innovations to really help things out. And the fact that you distributed all this, thank you. I mean, we're going to look up to you because you are actually doing the work out there And with your stamp, what came to mind is that you could do circuit boards and use conductive ink and print circuit boards. And that's what came to mind on that. Was something else. Oh yes, your app. Your app. You see, I have a device which works with super caps, and I transfer energy when I use it. Instructions. Not sure. Okay, thank you. I transfer energy basically when I use my energy. I just use to charge other systems with it. Like for example, right now I'm working with this big stacker, right, which is at 29 volts, and I'm pulling in 300 milliamps. Let's see here. Okay, well, for some reason I'm seeing it upside down on my screen, but I'm pulling 300 milliamps, and I'm passing it through a step-down converter, and at the same time, I'm charging this stacker with the return of it. So basically, I'm lighting up these two car headlights, right? And with that power, I'm charging up this. I won't go through the whole setup, but basically...
we won't have time for that, Stefan. We will invite you back to speak to you. Okay?
Yes, that's
because
it.
we have already been late for half an hour, and the next speaker is waiting to step on.
So
let's be quick. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just end that with this. I'm just with those lights that I'm lighting up, but I'm just pulling in 300 milliamps, and I'm actually charging this at the same time, which running these lights and much more load. If I want to, I could run much more load. So because the caps have the power there, and I'm recycling the energy, and I have great results with that. Basically, your app, I would need it to work relays and change to be able to do on-off switches with Wi-Fi. And people that are blind could also activate their things in their house with plugs that activate with relays. The app would control that for them.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Press.
Yes.
Our co-chair.
Okay. Try muting everybody again. Turn the next question on, please, Crystal.
Sorry, to mute everyone again. Gosh.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, it's coming from Robest end, and sometimes my end. I beg your pardon. I think it's a location. Right. If you can hear me, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Right. So, shall we move on very quickly to anybody else who wanted to ask Robest any question? No.
Richard would like to ask a question.
I just briefly want to applaud Robest. I don't have a question. I'm just very inspired by his passion. I can see the love for his work. And when we start traveling with some of our young world leaders, I would love to speak with you. They can be inspired by you. I think you're a great inspiration. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Richard. Right.
Thank you, Richard.
Over to you, Fred, to wrap up this meeting so we can move on to the next.
Okay.
I will.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Thanks. Robest later. So then, Fred, is there anything you want to say?
Okay, Crystal, can you do the wrap up?
Okay, right. Well, there being no other questions here, apart from Richard's comment and Stefan's, I think we will just wrap up this first speaker's presentation, and we can move on to Anthony. Robert, is there anything else that you want to share? Any last words before we wrapped up this meeting with you on your presentation? Okay, Robert, I will unmute you. Sorry, I think there has been some disturbance in the noise,
Okay.
the noise in the background.
If you got any more questions, you can email me. My email is robestyong@gmail.com.
Wonderful.
gmail.com. Just now. All right.
Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you for your presentation. We are so honored to have you here talking to us in FESIG. Perhaps, you know, in the future, when you got more to share, more updates, you seem to be very consistently winning awards here and there. So we would like to have you back in due time once you got something really happening. Something new, do contact me and we'll put you on to the speakers platform.
Yeah, and if you can see anybody who are in need of the filter thing, maybe you can let me know. You know, we are trying to get it.
We sure will, Robert. Thank you so much.
Right.
I'm sure Malaysia is proud to have you. Thank you. A round of applause, Robert. And we hope to, well, we, of course, you know, speaking with FESIG means that you are possibly, you know, with your consent, already a member, and could I just put your email address in the database so you keep on receiving the monthly announcements of the new meetings with the new speakers coming in, right?
Sure.
So you are already part of the family in FESIG. Thank you so much, Robert.
Okay.
And your wife as well, Madam Tang, you mean. And we hope to have you both up on the speakers platform again in the future. Thank you very much, Robert. You're most welcome to stay on while I introduce Anthony Zender for the next speaking platform. Okay, you're most welcome to stay. Although I'll have to have you muted now because I think there's quite a fair bit of noise disturbance. I wonder if it's got anything to do with the air conditioning system in a hot country. Well, anyway, let's just move on. Time is of the essence. Thank you. On behalf of FESIG, all of us in FESIG, we thank Robest for his presence, honoring and gracing FESIG. Okay. Right, so we now move on to our next speaker. I would like to introduce Anthony Zender. He actually was supposed to speak in the last FESIG meeting, but there had been something unexpected came up and he couldn't speak. And FESIG. So meanwhile, I think we will stop the recording right now. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that, and then we will